people of the World Wide Web. So it is Cypher Sigma, it is our Wednesday, and as per usual, it is another look what I've been watching. So we have quite a stack of stuff for you today. Just as I've been massively so trying to get through this year essentially is I have so many series backed up. Like, that's kind of a lot of my focus now, which means I don't get to watch as many movies because I'm trying to get through all these series. I have a lot of anime ones, a lot of long-standing ones, especially when they're like 40-50 minutes an episode, maybe even an hour, 12 episodes. That is quite a long. But I'm making a big dent on it. Hopefully by, I don't know, probably like 6 months' time, I would like to have it a bit more under control. My main focus on new or series that I'm picking up is to complete the series that I have, like I either haven't watched or I have watched but I don't own. But yeah, so, and anyway, welcome if you're new to the channel. If you do like my content, please do like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And essentially this video just goes over the past 7 days of what I've watched in physical media. So as I've stated, it's this, and the reason why I bring it back up is I'm going to move it around because I've watched quite a few series that are in specific order, so it's better to watch it. So first off is Naruto Shippuden Season 8. So anybody who doesn't know, I'm a massive anime fan. Not last year, the year before. For Christmas, I completed a... what was it last? It was last year. Basically, I had a top 100 movies. My goal was to go out, buy the 100 movies, watch them, and then see what I think. A lot of good ones, some okay ones, one or two not too biggest fan on, but they sit in my collection because they're, they are classed as masterpieces. Some are really expensive to find and hard to find, but I managed to find them all and watch them. So to follow on from that, I then went the top 100 anime. Now anime, as some people will know, a series of stuff. Naruto, it's 720 episodes. This series, or this is Shippuden. So the first series of Naruto was 220 episodes. This series, Shippuden, is 500 episodes. So this finished on 401. So I have 99 episodes to go. There are 2 box sets to that. But yeah, I have read all the books. They are kind of sitting up over there. I haven't seen, even though I love this one, because I was buying the box sets, and they were quite expensive. I say 50, I think most of these were like 40-50 quid as they were coming to the end ones. It's quite a lot to spend on a box set. So I read the books multiple times. I've seen some stuff online and that. I know obviously the story of reading the books anyway, but I've never actually managed to finish the anime because I just haven't found the time. So the past few years I've kind of broken it up and started watching it. So yeah, so season 8 was finished. Great. Season 9 is the next 50 episodes, and then season 10 will be the last 50, and then that is it, done. So I'm really happy to have that, and obviously once I've watched all that, I can then scratch off, because I only scratch off if I own it all and I've watched it all. So obviously stuff I've watched and have seen a lot of anime, but I may not own it, then I can't scratch it off on the list. It makes it a bit awkward. I am buying it, but I think it encourages me to have the really good stuff in the collection, and say hopefully I get to share it with friends and family and children in the future as years go on, if they're into that sort of thing, that is. So next up is a series that my wife really likes called Green Wing. I'm not the biggest fan of this. It's all right. It's enjoyable background kind of music. There are some funny bits. Obviously Dr. Statham here. He's quite funny. I do quite like Sarah Alexander from her days in Coupling. And then obviously if they're British comedians, like Olivia Colman is in this. Stephen Merchant was in it for one scene. And basically it is, as my friend would describe it, it is a sketch show set in a hospital. There is stories, but kind of there are weird stuff. This lady here, she is the human liaison. She is very, very funny, and it's just very silly and stupid, and it's just enjoyable. We normally watch an episode after we've watched like A Touch of Frost or something or a few episodes of something quite serious. We then go to that. So the reason I've done it in this order is because obviously the next one. So once I finished season 8, I then went on to what I thought was the next movie. This is Naruto, the last Naruto the movie. This is essentially the last movie that they ever did from Naruto. This movie actually sits at the very end of the series. So really you need to have seen all the series and then watch this. And I watched this slightly in the wrong order, which I realised as I started the movie up. But as I really love this movie, I decided to forego. Like, I know what happens anyway. I've read the books multiple times. And yes, this is the whole World War. This is kind of Naruto really kind of connecting with Hinata, which is kind of, she has not lusted over him, kind of loved him from afar from the very early days of like 700 odd episodes ago. She's always been shy about it, and kind of this is him realizing that she loves him and he loves her, and kind of then there's an evil villain kind of in the back, and all about the moon. Obviously it's set after the war, so we have the 6th Hokage Kakashi now and stuff, and obviously Naruto has short hair. Obviously, so it's probably best if you haven't seen this movie to watch and you've not finished the series, finish the series first and then watch this. But a really great movie. It stands as canon, so it is part of the Naruto world because it's after the movies and before Boruto. Next up, so I bought this from a charity shop for £1.50, is Terminator Salvation. Actually really love this movie. First thing that always comes to mind when I put this on is the whole trashing lights Christian Bale scene. But I really enjoyed this movie. First time round, obviously I never realised that Sam Worthington was a Terminator. Kind of makes sense when you rewatch it now. I'm not quite sure why I picked up on that. It's got obviously the young lad who died, Chekhov Anthony Yelchin. He is obviously John Connor in this. Carl Reese, sorry. Christian Bale is John Connor. And we get to see kind of the worlds once the Terminators have taken over. And I quite like this. Obviously, they did throw Arnie in a little bit. I like the fact there were different robots. You had the bikes and stuff like this. And you had and it just... It's... With all the talk of the Terminator and stuff, we only ever get clips of this. This is, I think, the first movie to kind of fully explore it. And I actually really like this movie. I really wished it was more like this. Or they kind of went down this line. You know, it's very clever what they did, I think, in this. I say the visuals are very nice, and some of the stunts that are great. I'm sure a lot of people won't think it's amazing, but I really like it. So it's probably one of my better ones out of the Terminator trilogy. Next up, so another anime that is on my list is Tokyo Ghoul. So this is the complete season 1. So it is a very short-lived anime series. It is 3 series. I think it's about 12 episodes per series. And essentially you have in the world humans, and you have what are called ghouls. Ghouls live off humans, but there are some that basically want to kind of step away and not live with the human race, but it's hard. Obviously the humans have a police force which are called the Doves, and the Doves kind of go after these, and essentially you have this young lad. He befriends a girl, and on a date she attacks him due to an accident. She gets more or less killed or incapacitated. He is hurt majorly, and then the doctor uses her organs to resuscitate him, and then he becomes a one-eyed ghoul, which is quite a rare thing. And it's essentially his story from then onwards. It's quite enjoyable. I really like it. I think to me, it feels like it needed more series, because you'll see season 2 is in here, but it kind of needed a little bit of bulking out because it does go by quite quickly. It's still enjoyable. It's on my list. 3 series. That's season 1 done. Next up on the movies, we have The Host. I'm a really big fan of this movie. I know a lot of people aren't. It didn't do as well as it should have done. Obviously, it's from the author who did the Twilight movies, and obviously it is a kind of more aimed at teenagers. But essentially it is the human race have mostly been taken over by the aliens or the hosts. They come down, they're implanted in us, and they basically keep us in a very dulled state. You have the Seeker, who is basically searching out or seeking out the humans that haven't been converted to convert them. And it basically starts off with Stephanie. She's the main character. She gets cornered by him. She jumps out of a window and is majorly hurt, but she doesn't die. The Seeker wants to find out where the humans, so her partner, her brother is there, and this guy you see a little bit later on, they want to know where they are, so they put this being in it, and the being wants to call herself Wanderer. And then it's basically, as the Wanderer is inside her, you realise that Stephanie's consciousness is still alive, and they kind of coexist, and it's how they interact with each other and how Wanda comes a little bit more human, and Stephanie kind of realises that they're not as bad as they say, and it's kind of this coming over as the host. But I really like this, and from what I've seen in the movies and the reviews and everywhere online, it's kind of a Marmite movie. You either love it or you hate it, but I really like it. So next up, the final movie for this week, we have Elysium. So this is the £3 steelbook that I bought when I was away with Pooh Corner a little while ago, or in a little town near Pooh Corner. I really like this movie. It's obviously from Neil, the guy who did District 9 and Chappie and stuff like this. You can definitely tell it's that style, it's that good. Matt Damon does a brilliant job in this. It's a very kind of heroic role for him because it doesn't necessarily end how you think it would go. Essentially, he is a worker, he gets contaminated with radiation. And Elysium is basically, it's a poor planet. The humans, everyone on the planet is poor except for the rich people are in this place called Elysium, where everything is, where the rich live, essentially, and it's this divide and stuff. And I think it's a very good characteristic, very raw, and that Shelter Copley is really good as kind of this mercenary, and there's some good special effects and stuff and robots and ideas, and I think this is a great movie. He doesn't, Neil, I can't remember what his last name is now, but I hope he does more movies like this, because Chappie, Liz and District 9 are all great movies. You can see and feel that they look the same. And then we have Tokyo Ghoul Route A, so that's square root sign. So Route A, this is the second series of Tokyo Ghoul. Obviously it was cheap enough, so £3.50 I think, so I got it on DVD. It is quite funny that you see this picture, so it has a reversible cover, and you can have a different one, but this one kind of mirrors the final image of this, and essentially this is Ken Carnahy. So this is the guy from the first series. I've said after the end of the first series he is quite weak. He's made friends within the Ghoul community and wants to get stronger, and he basically, this series, he's with the bad guys, which then leads to a massive fight at the end, and a lot of people are killed. Obviously, as you can see, one of the characters is here, hidden. They're not hidden in the main story, and it is kind of a great ending that leads on to season 3, which I didn't realise I had seen. So at the time of this video, I have ordered it. It is on its way, the 2 DVD Blu-rays for part 1 and part 2 of season 3, and I think I have seen it. So once I've got it, I will rewatch it. It will be straight on the to watch pile. But yeah, that is everything I've been watching. So quite a lot of anime, quite a lot of series. Is there anything here you like, dislike? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, because I watch anything and everything. If there is something on here that you think I may like that is maybe a bit obscure, please do put it in the comments as well. I always like ideas and movies to look out for. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you're having a great week, and I shall see you in the next one.